Hello and welcome to No Hands Yoga. This practice is designed for anyone who's struggling with an upper body injury, whether it's your shoulder or your arms or your hands, whatever it is, we won't be working with them. I myself am struggling with a shoulder injury at the moment, so I wanted to create this practice to show you and myself that there is still so much that is possible within a yoga practice without using the hands. When you're ready, roll out your mat and I'll meet you there. Welcome to class. Go ahead and find a standing position at the top of your mat with the feet hips width apart. Start by spreading the toes wide, press down through your heels so the legs are active. Then start to bend into the knees, sit the hips down in chair pose. And sometimes what happens in chair is we begin to tilt the pelvis and we come into a back bend. So instead of doing that, we want to tuck the tailbone, draw the lower belly in so the low back is long here. And another great alignment cue, look down at your toes. And if you can see your big toes, this is good. If the knees are past the big toes, then sit a little further back. So knees are stacking ankles. Start to shift your weight into the left foot and really slowly step the right foot all the way back into high lunge. Take a moment to ground down through the feet. Then relax the shoulders down the back. You can just let the arms and the hands rest by your side throughout the whole of this class. Continue to tuck the tailbone so you're not coming into a back bend. And start to bend the back leg. And really slowly lower that back knee down to the mat. As slow and as controlled as you can. Then let the front knee track forwards. Now bring the front knee back. Lift the back knee up into high lunge. We'll repeat this a couple times. Super slowly bend the back knee lower down. Controlling it as much as you can. As the knee comes down, let the front knee track forwards. Getting into the right side hip flexor area. And then bring the front knee back. Lift the back knee up, high lunge. Once more, super slowly bend the back knee. And lower down with as much control as you can find. Then let the front knee track forwards. Bring the front knee back. Lift the back knee up for high lunge. From here, hinge from your hips. You're leaning over your front leg. Then step the back foot forwards into chair. Staying as low as you can. Lift the chest as you come into chair. Notice what's going on with the pelvis. Then shift the weight into the right leg. Super slowly step left foot back into high lunge. Take a moment to find your balance. Keeping the tailbone tucked, lower belly drawing in. And start to bend the back knee, super slowly lowering down. Until you come down to the mat, let the front knee come forwards. So we're stretching this whole front left hip area. Bring the front knee on top of the ankle. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee. High lunge. Couple more times. Bend the back knee really slowly, lowering down. Let the front knee come forwards. Nice hip flexor stretch. Last time, front knee comes back, over the ankle. Lift the back knee, high lunge. Last time, try and see if you can go even slower this time. Start to bend the back knee. Really slowing it down so the legs are really working. Then let the front knee come forwards, hips sink down. Bring the front knee back. Lift the back knee up. Start to hinge from the hips, lean towards the front leg. And super slowly step the back foot forwards. Sit down in your chair. Knees on tops of the ankles. And really slowly straighten out the legs. Come all the way up to standing. Give the legs a little bit of a wiggle. Hopefully now they're really feeling awake, like they're working. And step the feet as wide as your mat. Then hinge from the hips as you fold all the way down. Depending on your injury, you can just let the arms relax or maybe hold on to the elbows. Start to draw a figure of 8. Just swaying from side to side. Relax the head and neck. Draw the chin in towards your chest. And press down through the feet so the legs are still active here. And slowly come into stillness in center. With an inhale, lift up halfway. So you're bringing your chest parallel to the ground. Hold it here. And again, depending on your injury, you can reach the arms forwards or relax them by your side, whatever works. Continue to gaze down. And we're just focusing on strengthening the muscles in the back. And it may seem easy to begin with. Hold it a couple more breaths and you'll begin to feel how challenging this posture can become. Continue breathing steady, pressing through the feet. Take a full breath in. Hold it there. With your exhale, fold all the way down once more. Start to edge the feet in hips width. Then bend the knees, sit back in your chair. Tuck the tailbone, draw the lower belly in, relax the shoulders down the back. Shift the weight into the left leg. Step the right foot back into high lunge once more. Ground down through the feet, lift the chest. Then lower the back knee down, down, down. Let the front knee come forwards. This time untuck the back toes. And then just allow the hips to sink down and forwards. Maybe rolling the shoulders back, opening the chest. And then tuck the back toes. Press through the front foot to push yourself back. Straighten out the front leg. And flex the front foot. Hinge from the hips and fold forwards. You may even sit back on the back heel. So the back heel creates a little bit of a seat here. And the challenge is to rely on the strength in your legs without the use of the hands. We'll go through this a couple more times. So press through the back foot, lift up, bend the front knee, shift weight forwards into the lunge. And then press through the front foot, straighten out the front leg, push back. Flex the front foot, hinge from the hips and fold. Really nice. We'll take this once more. So inhale, lift the chest. Bend the front knee, come forwards. Exhale as you sink into your lunge. And with an inhale, press through the front foot, straighten out the leg. Flex the foot. Exhale, fold. Your right leg at this point is probably starting to feel like it's really working. Your quads are probably getting a little bit tired, and that's good. It's what we want. Inhale, lift the chest, bend the front knee. And keep the knee on top of the ankle this time. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee for high lunge. Hinge from the hips, lean over the front leg, and step the back foot forwards. Sit down in your chair. If at any time the legs need a little bit of a rest, then just stand up and give the legs a little bit of a wiggle. And keep the hips sinking low. Remain aware of what is going on in the core. So we're not arching, but we're keeping that tailbone tucked, keeping the pelvis fairly neutral. Shift the weight into the right foot. Slowly step the left foot back into high lunge. Find your stable base, and then slowly start to lower the back knee down. Let the front knee track forwards and untuck the back toes. Rolling the shoulders back, opening the chest. And taking a moment here just to allow hips to sink down and forward. So we're getting into this front hip area. And start to deepen your breath in these moments of stillness. Tuck the back toes, then press through the front foot. With an inhale, come up, Straighten the front leg, flex the foot. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forwards. And again, you can use that back foot as a little bit of a support to sit down on. And gaze down at the mat. Keep the head and neck relaxed. Moving with the breath a couple times. Inhale, lift the chest, bend the front knee, shift forwards. Exhale as you sink down. Inhale, press through the front foot, straighten out the leg, flex the foot. Exhale as you fold. Last time, inhale, lift the chest, bend the front knee, shift forwards. Exhale as you sink down into your lunge. Last one, inhale, press through the front foot, straighten out the leg, flex the foot. Exhale, fold. And this left leg is probably really screaming at you now. And that's good. It's working. Inhale, lift up. Bend the front knee. Keep the knee on top of the ankle. Lift the back knee for high lunge. Then hinge from the hips. Lean over the front leg. Step the back foot forwards for chair. Sit down in your chair. Take one breath here. Inhale deeply. Exhale out. Then straighten out the legs. Give the legs a little bit of a wiggle. Then turn side onto your mat and step out into a straddle. You can take it however wide feels comfortable. Keep the feet parallel for now. And from here, hinging from the hips, folding forwards once more. And again, you can choose what you do with your hands depending on what feels best. Start to draw a figure of 8. You can start with quite a small figure of 8 and then maybe go even larger. As if you could almost touch each foot as you sway from side to side. Find stillness, find your center. Then bend the right knee, shift a little bit of weight into the right leg. Start to flex the left foot and then turn the toes to face up for skandasana. And you're trying to sink your hips down towards the right heel, keeping the chest open. And let's shift to the other side. So start by lowering the left foot so the feet are parallel again. And press through the right foot as you bend the left so you're shifting to the left side. Then flex the right foot, toes point up. Keep the chest open and keep pressing through the feet so you're not sinking into the ground. Once more. Lower the right foot, shift to the right side. Take it as slow as you need to so you don't need to rely on your hands. Then flex the left foot. And if you feel that you can go deeper, you could even slide the left foot away. So you're really getting into this inner thigh area. Okay, once more, shifting to the left. Lower the left foot, press through right as you shift. And then flex the right foot so toes point up. Maybe letting the hips sink down a little bit more depending on what feels accessible. Lower the right foot, straighten out both legs, come back to your straddle fold. And if you took the feet wider, you may want to edge them in a little bit closer. With an inhale, come up halfway, holding that position once more. And if you want to relax the arms by your side, that's also an option. Keep gazing down so head and neck are relaxed. Draw the chin in towards the chest. Relax the back of the neck. Keep holding here, breathe steady. Take a full breath in. Exhale and fold down. Take a couple of rocks from side to side, maybe even bob up and down, whatever feels good. And then inhale, lift all the way up and come and stand back at the top of your mat, feet hips width. Paddle out the legs if you need to. Then ground down through the feet, find stillness. Bend the knees, sit down in chair. Begin to twist to your right. And if you have the use of your hands, you could bring them into prayer. Maybe even hook the left elbow over the right knee. If you're not using the hands in any way, then you could simply twist, maybe open out the arms. And if, again, that is not feeling good, then you could just do the full body twist without the use of the arms. Shift the weight into the right foot. Slowly step the left foot back. Stay in the twist if you can. So you're coming into a twisted high lunge, then lift the chest up and keep turning to your right. Keep the hips square. Sometimes what happens here is we come into a little bit of a back bend like I am. So we need to correct this. Tuck tailbone, draw lower belly in. And you should begin to feel that back leg is switching on even more now. Okay. Now staying in the twist. Really slowly inhale, untwist. Edge the right foot to your right side slightly. So you've got a little bit more space on the left side of the mat. Rest the arms by your side and lean in. Keep pressing through the back foot and front foot. See if you could do like a little bit of a nose dive. So it's a really active lizard lunge. Okay, very slowly, inhale, come up. Edge the right foot back into where it was originally. Twist to your right. And start to lean in towards that front leg. Step the back foot forwards into your twisted chair. Inhale, slowly untwist. Slowly stand up. The legs should really be feeling this now, so give them a little bit of a shake out. And we'll move into the second side. Pressing down through the feet, find stillness. Then inhale, bend the knees, sit back. Knees on tops of heels. Inhale, twist left. Find any placement for your hands that works for you. Then really slowly step the right foot back, staying in the twist, coming into your high lunge. Lift the chest, then notice what is going on in the low back. Do you need to tuck the tailbone? Holding it there, staying steady, keep the chest lifted. Focus the gaze on one spot to help with the balance. And then inhale, slowly untwist. So you're squaring your body off. Edge the left foot to the left side. Exhale and fold on the inside of your left leg. Gaze down to relax the head and neck. Let the legs do the work here. That front leg is probably getting a little bit shaky now, and that's okay. Just a couple more breaths. Hold your pose. Really good. Inhale, slowly come up. Edge the left foot, front foot back into where it was, your high lunge position. Then twist to the left, lean towards the front leg. Staying in the twist, finding a placement for the hands if you like. Step the right foot forwards. Sit down in your chair. Then inhale, untwist. Exhale, straighten out the legs. Give the legs a really good pedal out. They're probably really feeling this now. It's quite a challenging sequence. And then turn side onto your mat. Step back out into your straddle. And turn the left foot to face the short end of your mat. And we're looking to line up the left heel with the middle of the right foot. Keep both legs straight. And then for this, you don't need to use the arms at all. If you would like, you could reach the arms overhead, but it really depends on your injury. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chest up, inhale. As you exhale, start to lean to the left leg. We want to focus on keeping both sides of the body long, keeping the chest open. And it's not about how far you can go down to the ground. It's about creating a stable base and keeping length in both sides of the body. If this feels uncomfortable for your neck, you can gaze down. Or if you'd rather, you can gaze up. Hold your pose. If the legs are starting to shake, spread the toes wide, press down through the feet. And keep opening the chest. Really good. Gaze down for balance if you gazed up. And then bring the chest back into center. Bend the front knee. If your stance is quite short, you can edge the right foot a little further back. So you're coming into a warrior two. Then keep the front knee on top of the ankle. Roll the shoulders back once more. Take a full breath in, lift the chest. And with your exhale, start to lean towards the right leg, keeping the chest open, gazing up if you like, or gazing down if you prefer. Take these moments of stillness to connect to a deeper breath. With your inhale, lift the chest up and start to straighten the front leg. Bend the back knee. And as you bend the back knee, start to shift your weight towards the right foot, sinking down, down, down. If you like, you can flex the left foot up to come into skandasana like we practiced before. And we're getting really low to the ground with the chest staying open. Keep pressing through the feet so you're not having to use the hands in any way. And take it to a place where you feel comfortable. We'll reverse the motion to come out. So lower the left foot. Press through the right foot, straighten out the leg. Then bring both feet in parallel. Second side, turn the right foot so it faces the short end of the mat. And line up your right heel with the middle of the left foot. Again, you can start with the arms reaching up or you can keep them by your side. Press through the feet, contract the muscles in the legs. With an inhale, roll shoulders back. Exhale, lean to your right, keeping the chest open. So it's a very modified triangle pose. Gaze up or gaze down if you prefer. The priority here is on keeping length in both sides of the body, keeping the legs really strong. Start to steady the breath. With an inhale, lift the chest back up, come through center. Bend the front knee, right knee. And edge the back foot, the left foot, a little bit further away from you so you can really get the hips to sink down. Start to rely on the strength in the lower body. Relax the arms. Inhale, roll shoulders back. Exhale and lean towards your left leg, leaning back, opening the chest skywards. Continue to bend the right leg so the right knee is staying on top of the ankle. I know it's difficult to feel for where that is where you can't see it. But that's the challenge here. Really good. Inhale, come back up through center. And straighten out the right leg as you bend the left. And we're sinking towards the left side for skandasana. You can go as low as you feel comfortable. And flex the right foot so the toes point up. And keep sinking the hips down. Keep pressing through the feet so you find that stability. Deep breaths in. Long breaths out. Let's reverse the motion to come out. So press through the left foot, straighten out the leg, lower the right foot. Come back into your straddle. Then edge the feet in a little bit closer if you took them quite wide, and we'll fold all the way down. As you fold, begin to sway to the right leg and then fold in towards your right leg. Keep pressing through the feet. Relax the head and neck. And come back through center and then fold in towards the left leg. Come back through center. Inhale, lift all the way up. And stand at the top of your mat. Take the feet together this time. Start by rolling the shoulders down the back. And begin to bend the knees. Sit the hips down in chair. And we're wanting to Create this feeling of like an elevator going down one level at a time, sinking down and down and down. Want to see how far down you can go before the heels want to lift. So for me, it's about this point. And as my heels lift, I'm going to continue to sit the hips down. See if you can rest the backs of your glutes on your hips. Then from here, we're very slowly going to shift our weight back to sit down. And it's not the most elegant of transitions if you've not done it before. Try to do it with as much control so you don't need to use the hands. And straighten out the legs in front of you. You may need to scooch yourself back. And go ahead and bend the left leg. Let the knee fall out to the left side so the left foot is resting against the inside of right thigh. And again, without using the hands in any way, roll shoulders back, lift the ribs away from the hips, inhale. And as you exhale, fold forwards. And you may even want to reach forwards so you're not relying on the hands in any way. Find that belly to thigh connection and draw the chin to the chest. Start to slow down the breath. And keep the right foot flexed so the right leg is active. With an inhale, lift yourself back up. Bring the left knee in, straighten out the left leg. Then bend the right leg, bring the right knee in, let the knee fall out to the side, and rest right foot on the inside left thigh. And once more, inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift ribs away from hips. Exhale as you fold in. Keep the left foot flexed so left leg is active. And let everything else relax and soften down. Slowing down the breath as we begin to slow down the practice. Inhale, slowly come back up. Now bend the left leg. Let the knee fall out to the side and bring the feet in together for Baddha Konasana. And here we want to spread the toes wide. Press the pinky toes together and open the feet like a book. And usually we would be holding onto our feet, pulling ourselves in a little bit closer. So this is a much more active variation. And from here, you can just lift and lower the knees, finding these little bobbing actions. So we're getting into the hips a little bit more. And you could spend as much or as little time here as you like. I really enjoy this, so I tend to do this for quite a while. So you can begin to feel some heat is generating around the hips. And then when you're ready, let the knees fall out. Press the pinky toe side of the feet together. So it's that outer edge of the feet together, toes drawing away from one another, opening the feet like a book. And then just hold it here. If you like, you could fold, maybe reach forward so you're not relying on the hands. Soften the eyes closed if you like. Focus on softening the space around the hips, finding that sense of letting go. When you're ready, lift the chest back up if you folded forwards. Bring the knees in together, straighten out the legs. And using the strength in your core, really slowly start to roll your way down. Coming down to lie on your back. And separate the legs. Relax the arms and flip the palms to face up. Let the shoulders spread across the mat. Start to soften the space between your eyebrows. Relax your forehead and take rest. Start to deepen the breath. Bring awareness back to your space. And then wiggling the toes and the fingers if it's okay. Bend the knees, bring them into the chest. Bring the body into a ball. And roll onto one side. Take a few moments there, allowing the effects of the practice to settle. And when you're ready, support yourself however you need to come back up. And then join me in a seated position. Keeping the eyes closed, relax the shoulders down the back and sit up tall. Take a moment to thank yourself for showing up despite your injury, for putting the work in to stay active and to stay dedicated to your practice. And when you're ready, start to flicker the eyes open. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this practice allowed you to see how much is still possible and how you can still be challenged despite having an injury. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.